Hey guys, hope you are all enjoying your week. It's getting nicer out, which I'm very excited about. So I just had a few things I want to share with you guys moving into this weekend. First, the biggest thing was baptism was absolutely incredible. If you guys were able to be a part of that, we're so blessed to be a part of that. And if you didn't get to see it, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. We had 18 people make the decision to get baptized. We had two people make that decision to follow Christ. One woman actually during the service decided, you know what, I need God in my life. I want Him to be a part of my life. Made that decision and then came back and got baptized all on the same day. Just incredible that we got to be a part of it. It just felt great. It looked great. We had so many people there celebrating. Just an awesome experience overall, and I'm so happy we got to be a part of it. But it was that whole process that I wanted to share with you guys today, moving in to the next few weeks. This baptism, every baptism we've had at East, I've been very nervous. At West, they have a great system and a great flow, and they've been doing it the same way for a while, so they all know how it's going to look and run and everything. They make little tweaks, but for this, it's all the same thing basically. At East, it's been different every single time we've done it so far, and I've never felt prepared. I never felt like I knew exactly where we're supposed to have people, what volunteers we're supposed to be doing. I just always felt very unorganized and very unprepared, and some of you guys saw that and talked to me this Sunday, and you could, I told you, and you could see, I felt very unprepared. Well, God started putting this idea in my heart, and it really started to hit me after baptism, especially when we were sitting at Armadillo's talking to some of these people. And the idea was this: so in the Old Testament time, when they would build a temple to God and have His altar there and all this stuff, and if you read in the Old Testament, it's very specific how everything's supposed to look. The tools they use, the equipment they use, the measurements, it's all written down, and it's very specific how it looked. And throughout this entire time, people had to stay, holy. They couldn't mess up. They couldn't sin. They couldn't do all this. So it was extremely difficult to build a temple of God that met His standard, to where God was like, okay, this was done the way it was supposed to. This looks the way it's supposed to. I'm going to show up here. They had to work very hard for God to show up. And I started thinking about that, and I was seeing this picture in my mind, and that's when God hit me, and He goes, Chris, why do you think you have to work so hard to get me to show up? Why do you think it has to be perfect for me to show up? Do you think I need you to do this? And that really started hitting me, because myself, I was putting all this pressure on me for it to look perfect, for God to show up. And truthfully, that's just not the case. In everything we do, obviously, we want people to have the best experience we can. We want people to come and know that we value them and we care, and how we act that day shows that. And the details that we put in place show that. But the truth of the matter is, God's going to show up regardless. And sometimes I forget that. But not only in that, He started telling me, He started asking me, okay, if you know I'm going to show up, what are you willing to do? Not are you going to be perfect for me to show up, but you know I'm going to show up. So having that confidence, what are you willing to do? And it put me back into that uncomfortable situation of, okay, God, what am I willing to do? Am I willing just to go and not focus on the flow at all and just talk to somebody brand new? Am I willing to sit there and just have a conversation with somebody that I've never got a chance to have a conversation with, and not worry about anything else, because I know you're going to show up in those situations? It sounds simple and it sounds easy, but for me it's very difficult. Basically, am I willing to give up control and just go be a part of His people, go put myself in that community on Sunday mornings, and then throughout the week, knowing He's going to show up in everything? Am I willing to pick up that phone and talk to somebody? Am I willing to go meet with somebody? Am I willing to have a conversation with somebody knowing He is going to show up? And I just love the fact, truthfully, that He's continually reminding me of this same mantra that we've had so far in 2017, knowing He's going to show up Are we willing to stretch ourselves? Are we willing to walk into the uncomfortable? Because He's proving to us He's going to show up. No matter what we do, He's going to show up. But knowing that, are we willing to walk into the uncomfortable? I want us to think about that moving into this weekend. Um, I want you to think about it this way and apply it this way, knowing that He's going to show up. Are you willing to go talk to that person you see every week and invite them to be a part of your team? Are you willing to ask somebody that you've seen for a while, come to Easter and serve with us, knowing God is going to show up? Are you willing to reach out to those people that you've never talked to, that you don't know what to say, that it may be uncomfortable? Put yourself in situations that you don't necessarily want to be in at church because it's not comfortable, knowing God is going to show up. Are we willing to do that? So I want you guys to be thinking about that as we move forward in this week, and just know that I love you guys. I'm so thankful for you to be a part of this team. It's incredible to watch God show up. We're pretty lucky. We're pretty blessed that we're in that situation that He gets to. But just thank you guys for being a part of this. I'm excited for this Sunday and moving forward. Easter and then Saturday services for 5 weeks. I hope you guys are excited. I'm getting past nervous into uncomfortable excitement, and that's where I want to be, and I think that's where God wants us to be. So enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you on Sunday.